Welcome to Rocky Top Homestead. Today we're canning, so stick around and see how I'm doing. So the timer just went off of these, and so I'm going to grab my jars out, empty them, sit them down, pack them. I don't have a ladle, but a spoon should be just fine. I'm gonna go turn down the TV. One second. I want to leave about a ½ inch of head space. I believe that is that. Also, I am fairly new to canning. I've only been doing it the past couple of years, and it's not been very much. I've made banana peppers, well, pickled banana peppers, pickles, and salsa. Oh, I've also made peaches, the syrup and preserved peaches, but that's all the canning experience that I have. A little bit more in there. So anyways, all this is still pretty new to me. That's why I have to look up everything or call my mom. I needed a funnel actually because I forgot that I had used mine for laundry detergent. And so this is actually my mom's funnel. She ran up here and let me borrow that. And the recipe for this salsa told me to puree my tomatoes, but I didn't do that because we actually like kind of a chunky salsa. And you don't have to follow the ingredients exact, like it said for hot chili peppers, and I didn't do that because we don't really like a lot of spicy stuff. I did throw in some of our spicy peppers, but it's mostly our jalapenos in here. So I think that's good. Let's see if I can just so we have some white vinegar here, and we're just gonna run that on the rims in case anything got on them. Pull them. Yeah, there you go, there's some. I say I don't really see a lot. Basically just wanna poke it around, make sure there's no air. Okay. What? Wow! What are you doing? Why are you holding mommy's plant? Oh, you're getting kisses? So the bottom of my bubbler has a magnet, which I believe most do. You put it down. Good job. Casey brought one of my big plants in here. I'm talking to the camera. I'm talking to our YouTube buddies. Right there, the camera.
What's that?
Yeah, for our videos we do. No, don't touch it. Don't touch it. I have it propped up. wait until mommy has this done, okay? And then I will get you a snack, okay?
Okay.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm making salsa.
Oh.
So with the rings, you just want to go fingertip tight. You don't want to put them on too tight.
Huh?
Because it can create like a false seal.
Is that? Like this one?
Okay, so these are all on there. Darling, can you go watch your cartoon for mommy?
No.
Please? I'll be done in just a little bit.
Like this?
Okay, let me move you. Okay, ignore the cooler. This was my other stand a while ago. So now, we're gonna open this up. I'm gonna grab my jars. Just adjust how these are sitting. And now, let me grab one more rag. Just because these handles are very hot. I guess I have them in this. I'm just gonna set them down. Okay, that one is floating because it has air. I'm just gonna push it down. See, the air is escaping. So bring it back up to the boil. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to can this one or not because it just keeps floating. This one might just have to go in the fridge. I'm not gonna risk that. We'll just take it out and we'll just eat that one. We'll put it in the fridge. Won't worry about it canning. Once this starts boiling, I'm gonna put the lid on. I'm gonna set my timer and then I'll see you back at that point. 15 minutes, and so since I am above 1,000 feet, but I'm below 3,000, I have to add 5 minutes on, and so it's actually gonna be 20 minutes that they're gonna process, and it's not quite to boiling yet, so I still have a little bit to go before I put the lid on and time it. So for right now, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna wash that pot that I made the salsa in, and then I'm gonna rinse off my cherry tomatoes and get them ready to process to do my my jars of cherry tomatoes. And so I'm probably gonna wash my other jars, my bigger ones, and get them in the hot water. So that's the plan, Stan. I hope this video comes together somewhat cohesively. I'm not really good at that. I'm just kind of like, oh, start filming after I've already started something, and then I also feel chaotic and sporadic. That's my life, to be honest with you. Kyle calls me a crackhead all the time because that's my energy I put out. Canning stresses me out. Wait till that to boil and do dishes and then get cherry tomato started. I was gonna move it off, but I'll do it again.
Hey, that looked like it was hot.
Record. Hang on, baby. Looks good though, no?
Yeah.
See the bubbles in there? I debubbled this thing. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, 3 jars of salsa. hey, just pop it in here because I have a little tip, which some of you probably already do this because you're a little smarter than me and catch on faster than I do. But instead of having, if you have recipes that you constantly have to Google, or you're thinking, man, like, how do I do this? And you look it up and you're like, okay, then you forget. You're like, golly, gotta go do it again. Here's my advice. Write it down. Write it down. Whenever I make homemade mayonnaise, I had to keep Googling it because I could not remember how much of each thing. And finally, I wrote it down. Now I don't have to Google it. I have it right there in my countertop. Spaghetti squash. I could never remember what temperature you bake spaghetti squash on. I finally wrote it down. Now I don't have to Google it. I'm fixing to can cherry tomatoes, whole cherry tomatoes. I had to Google it because it's not in my recipe book. And so I'm gonna write it down and stick it in my recipe book, or in my canning book. So that way I don't have to Google it again and I already have it down. It's just a little tip there, that's what I'm fixing to do. Okay, so also I'm getting these ready and I'm going to put them in one of our small lugs we have. So that way I can weigh it, just so I know how many pounds of cherry tomatoes make how many pints it's gonna make for future references. Alright, that worked out perfect. Talking to myself. Okay, so I've got the tomatoes cored, skinned, and cut up. Then I put them in this pot and I used my immersion blender and I blended them all up to like a soupy mess there. I tried to squeeze as much juice and seeds out as I could, but I don't have a, what's that thing called? A saucer? You put your tomato in and it like shoots all the peels and stuff out and then it just blends it at the same time. I don't know what that's called, but anyways, I don't have one. So this is about almost half full, and it's going to simmer down for, I think it said 20 minutes until it like really starts to thicken up, and then I will put it in my jars and then I will put it in the canner. And it's currently like 7 o'clock. I've been canning for a very long time. But then this is the last day I'm canning tonight. and then I will be outside working in the garden and getting some stuff started for fall. So that'll be a whole nother video, but let's check back in once this is thickened up. Hear it? Okay, so today we did 3 jars of salsa, 5 jars of whole cherry tomatoes, and then 3 jars of just tomato sauce, 3 quarts tomato sauce. So I started canning like 1:30-ish, and it's now 8:30, 9 o'clock. So this has been a very long process today, just from peeling and cutting up and having to cook down the stuff and sanitize your jars, then get my pot boiling, just a whole deal. And seems a little crazy, that's only how much is there after today. But maybe I can do some more next weekend.
The more you do it, the faster you'll get.
Yeah. Well, and we'll get a rhythm down and on how to do. I had to do a lot of looking up on some stuff and all that. I don't understand why there's bubbles in here on these tomatoes, because I did debubble it. So I don't understand that. But also I'll be taking the rings off of these before we put them up, because you're supposed to, so that way you don't have a false seal and everything go bad and you not know it. But I mean, I think it's successful. At least I'm not wasting food. I do not like canning. Very stressful, especially having a toddler running around and wanting your attention 24/7, and you're dealing with boiling hot water. I think next time, whenever we get our pressure canner checked out, which will be tomorrow, we can do some beans, some green beans. Try pressure canning some green beans, and maybe they'll be better. Maybe I just don't like dealing with tomatoes because they're very messy, and I don't like sticky stuff and all over me. It just kind of grosses me out. But I'm pretty happy with this. I'm pretty happy with the tomato sauce. I've never done that before. I've never done whole cherry tomatoes. But I think that's it. So we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Do your own research on things, and you just join me for what I did. We'll see you next time.